There's something about venomous snakes, isn't there?
Definitely.
That sort of silent menace combined with these incredible evolutionary tricks. It's both, well, terrifying and completely fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you shared this great article from 10 Most today, and we're going to take a deep dive, look into the world's most venomous snakes it talks about.
That's right. And it's a really good list. Gives us a fantastic overview. We're talking creatures from Australia, Asia, Africa, even the US gets a mention.
Right.
So what we want to do really is go beyond just, reading the list. We'll try and pull out the crucial bits, the surprising details maybe.
Okay.
Give everyone a solid understanding of what makes these particular snakes so incredibly potent.
Sounds great. Okay, let's kick things off then. Top of their list, the inland taipan, Australia.
Oh, yes, the big one.
Holds the title, World's Most Venomous. That's quite something. But what's really interesting, I thought, is human attacks. Almost none recorded.
Right. It's strange, isn't it?
Why do you think that is?
Well, that's a great point. It really gets you thinking about the difference between how dangerous something could be and how dangerous it actually is in its environment, The inland taipan, it lives way out there, really remote points of Australia.
So geography plays a big part.
A huge part. Its venom is ridiculously potent. I mean, one bite theoretically could kill maybe 100 people.
Wow.
But it just doesn't cross paths with humans very often.
Yeah.
And it's also known for being quite reclusive, shy even.
Huh.
Prefers to just avoid trouble. So maybe the venom evolved mainly for catching its prey super efficiently.
Not necessarily for fighting off things like us.
Exactly. Maybe not driven by needing defense against large predators. It makes you wonder about its specific prey, what pressures they put on it.
Shy.
Yeah.
But could wipe out a small village. The irony.
Yeah.
And the article says if you were unlucky enough to get bitten, no treatment. You could be dead in 30, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's incredibly fast acting. Really shows you the sharp end of that potency.
No kidding.
Okay.
Moving to number 2, another Aussie snake, the eastern brown snake.
Right.
This one sounds like it has a bit more of a feistier personality.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the eastern brown has a reputation. More aggressive, for sure.
Okay.
You'd recognize it by its, brown scales, obviously, and a more rounded snout compared to some others.
And its venom.
Potent stuff. Neurotoxins and coagulants. It messes with your nerves and your blood clotting.
Nasty combo.
And what's really striking is how little it takes. The article mentioned something like 114,000 of an ounce.
Seriously, that tiny amount.
Yeah, potentially lethal to a human. That gives you a real sense of just how concentrated that venom is. And it's known to sometimes bite multiple times, too.
Right, doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, sticking with Australia for now, just called the taipan. Similar name, but different snake.
That's right. Coastal taipan, usually. Different species from the inland.
And it's got this distinctive rectangular head, apparently.
It does, yeah. A key visual clue, though hopefully one you never need.
Hopefully not.
And like its inland cousin, the venom is incredibly powerful. A single bite, again, potentially fatal to maybe 100 men, the article claims.
Well, these taipans don't mess around.
Not at all. And an interesting little detail for you, its color changes with the seasons.
Oh, really? How so?
Lighter in the summer, darker in the winter, probably for camouflage, Better blending in, maybe helps with regulating temperature, too.
Makes sense. And the venom itself.
It's got these things called presynaptic neurotoxins. So think of your nerves talking to your muscles.
Okay.
These toxins basically cut the phone line before the signal even gets to the muscle, causes paralysis, muscle weakness.
Scary stuff. And the timeline.
Similar to the inland, actually. Untreated bites can be fatal pretty quickly, around 45 minutes.
Okay, so Australia is really dominating the top end of this list.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Right. Let's switch continents. Number 4, it takes us to Africa. The black mamba.
Yes. The infamous one.
This is a snake I think most people have heard of, even if they're not into reptiles.
Yeah.
Highly venomous, A&D aggressive. What's the deal?
Yeah. The black mamba has a fearsome reputation, and it's pretty well earned. The article points out its look long, sort of cylindrical body, and that distinctive coffin-shaped head.
Coffin-shaped.
Yep.
Ominous.
And its venom is neurotoxic and acts fast. Symptoms can show up in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. That speed is what makes it so incredibly dangerous. Without quick anti-venom treatment, bites are very often fatal. The article really stresses that.
That's a terrifyingly small window for error.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head back towards Australia and New Guinea for number 5. The death adder.
Right, Acanthopus?
Yeah. This one looks quite different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Triangular head, short body, zigzag pattern.
It does, yeah. Very different build, almost viper-like in shape, even though it's in a lapid like the cobras and taipans.
Interesting. And its venom strategy, is it different too?
A bit, yeah. While some, we've talked about, cause that super rapid paralysis, the death adder's venom also leads to paralysis, but maybe over a slightly longer time frame. Still dangerous, mind you. It can cause respiratory arrest and potentially death within about 6 hours.
6 hours. It's still grim.
And the untreated fatality rate is high, around 50%, the article says. So half of untreated bites could be fatal.
Not good odds at all. Right. Number 6. The Philippine cobra.
Our first cobra on the list.
Exactly. Known for that hood, the expandable neck ribs, stocky build.
Yeah.
And it has a particularly nasty party trick, right?
Oh, yeah, you could say that. What's really notable about this one is its venom is purely neurotoxic.
Purely.
Yep. Really goes after your respiratory function. Leads to neurotoxicity, respiratory paralysis, and again, it's fast. Death can happen in as little as 30 minutes if untreated.
30 minutes. Wow.
And yes, the party trick, it can spit venom.
How far?
Pretty accurately, up to about 9 feet, apparently.
9 feet.
Yeah. It's a defense mechanism aimed usually at the eyes. Causes intense pain, potential blindness. You definitely don't want that.
Definitely not. Okay, back to southern Australia for number 7. The tiger snake.
Another Aussie.
Gets its name from the stripes, like a tiger. And its venom sounds like a real cocktail.
It really is a complex mix. You've got neurotoxins for the nerves.
Right.
Hemolysins, which break down red blood cells.
Oh, dear.
Coagulants, messing with blood clotting. And myotoxins that damage muscle tissue directly.
So it attacks you on multiple fronts.
Pretty much, yeah. A bite can cause a whole range of symptoms, starting maybe with tingling or numbness, but escalating quickly to breathing problems, paralysis. It's a nasty combination.
Truly sounds it. Okay, number 8. We have vipers. Now, that's a big family found everywhere.
That's right.
But the article specifically calls out the saw-scaled viper and the chain viper. Middle East, Central Asia, particularly deadly ones.
Yes, those two are responsible for a significant number of severe bites in those regions.
And they have some distinctive features. What should people hypothetically look out for?
Well, they do. The chain viper, often described as having a sort of flat triangle-shaped head, blunt snout, stocky body.
Okay.
The saw-scaled viper, maybe more pear-shaped head, also a blunt snout, short body. But the really fascinating thing about vipers, generally, is their fang system.
Yeah.
They have these long fangs that can, like, rotate forwards when they strike. They fold back against the roof of the mouth when not in use.
Wow, like switchblades.
Kind of. And connected right to the venom glands. The article also mentions something interesting, dry bites.
Dry bites, meaning no venom.
Exactly. Sometimes they bite defensively without actually injecting venom, maybe to save it or just as a warning.
Huh. We wouldn't want to rely on getting one of those.
Definitely not. Because when they do inject venom, it tends to have a more general effect on tissues. Lots of swelling, severe pain, localized cell death, necrosis.
Ouch. Okay. Nearly there. Number 9. The blue crate. Southeast Asia, Indonesia.
Ah, the crates. Beautiful, but very dangerous.
This one sounds striking. Broad black bands on a white body.
Very distinctive, yeah. Easy to spot. And the article notes they tend to be more active, maybe more aggressive at night.
Good to know. Avoid nighttime strolls where they live.
Probably wise. But the really alarming stat, its venom is supposedly about 15 times more potent than a common cobra's.
15 times?
That's what the source says, yeah. A single bite can cause rapid paralysis of nerves, muscles, leading eventually to respiratory arrest if untreated. That extreme potency probably points to, a very specific hunting strategy or prey type.
15 times. That's just staggering. Okay, finally, number 10. The only snake on this list from the United States.
Right.
The rattlesnake. We've all heard that sound, right?
It's an iconic rattle, yeah. It's a very effective warning signal. Tells you, back off.
What are their key features besides the rattle?
Generally heavier body than some of the others we've discussed. A distinct diamond-shaped head is common for many species.
And their venom. How does it work?
It's primarily hemotoxic. It destroys blood cells, damages skin tissues, can cause significant internal bleeding, hemorrhaging.
So more tissue and blood damage than the rapid paralysis from some others.
Broadly speaking, yes. Though some rattlesnake venoms do have neurotoxic components too, but the tissue destruction is often the most prominent effect. Bites can definitely be fatal if not treated quickly. Prompt medical care makes a huge difference, though.
It's really incredible, isn't it, hearing about the sheer variety in these venoms.
It is amazing.
The different ways they attack the body, neurotoxins, hemotoxins, myotoxins. It's a powerful display of evolution, really.
It really is. And, while we focus on the danger to humans, which is real,
Right.
it's crucial to remember why the venom exists in the first place. It's mainly for catching prey, sometimes defense against their predators.
Sure.
This incredible potency we've been talking about, it's the result of millions of years of, an evolutionary arms race driven by their ecology.
So wrapping up this deep dive into the 10 Most Today article, I guess the main takeaway is pretty clear.
Yeah, I'd say so.
These animals deserve immense respect. Give them space. A lot of space.
Absolutely. And the other key thing, if the worst happens, if someone is bitten,
Get medical help.
immediately.
Immediately, without question. Understanding the power and the different effects of these venoms just underscores how vital that is and how important anti-venom is.
Definitely. This whole discussion, it really makes you think, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, considering these snakes evolved across different continents, different environments, leading to all these incredibly potent but different venoms,
Right.
it makes you wonder, what other biological marvels, what hidden chemical secrets are still out there in nature, things we haven't even discovered yet, let alone understood?
That's a great point. There's so much complexity we're still uncovering.
It just highlights that balance,
Yeah.
between the obvious danger and the just sheer wonder of the natural world. Something to think about.